What up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Inspirations by Latee. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the support, everybody. I know I've been MIA for a little bit, but you know, I always say I'm trying to be more consistent, but at least it hasn't been 2 years like it was the last time a while back. That's how the longest I had gone without uploading a video. But anyway, so I just wanted to come to y'all today and talk to y'all a little bit about being a medical assistant. I'll talk to you guys a little bit today about becoming a medical assistant. As you guys know, if you don't know, you may be new to my channel or maybe just randomly clicked on my channel, but I am a medical assistant instructor. I've been an instructor for about 2.5, almost 3 years now. And I just kind of wanted to say, if you are going into the field of medical assisting and you are in school, in MA school, there's just a couple tips that I want to give you to help you make it through school and just, you know, some guidance, you know, as an instructor and as being a medical assistant for 14 years. I feel like I have something to offer and some good advice to give and things like that. You have paid your hard-earned money to go to school. Of course, I know it's through grants and loans and things like that, but regardless, you're paying your hard-earned money to go to school. So the bottom line is, when you are in school, take advantage, full advantage of what you can learn, what your instructor is teaching you. Like, I have a lot of students that come into the program and they complain about having to do work. They complain about doing the hands-on portion of the program. They complain about having to perform and do certain things in front of other classmates. You have to think, like, when you get out in the field, these are your peers that you're doing things with. You all are learning at the same time. You all are pretty much on the same pace. I know some learn at a different rate and some learn faster than others, but for the most part, everybody's on the same page. Everybody is learning. When you get out in the field and you're in front of a patient, you don't want to seem like you're not knowledgeable and you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're talking about because you didn't pay attention in class, because you didn't do all your work, because you didn't do as well, or you weren't motivated to do the hands-on portion because you're shy and embarrassed. And I'm not a shy person. I'm not that person that likes to have a lot of attention on me. I'm really laid back and reserved. But when I was in school, like I have some students that complain about having to do like the hands-on portion of the program in front of other students, or they complain about the amount of work they have, or they complain about having to come to class. What do you expect? Like, you're paying this money, you've signed up for school. This was a decision that you made for yourself. I'm sure it wasn't forced upon you. Why would you not want to gain all the knowledge that you can so you're more prepared when you get out there in the field? It makes you a better candidate. It makes you more desirable as an MA. And also for, you know, the office or whatever facility you're working for, or whatever manager, like when you're going for reviews and things like that, the more knowledgeable you are and the more that they can utilize you in certain areas, the more that you know, is going to be better for you. It's going to be more advantageous for you in the long run. So I just don't understand why a lot of students complain about the program, the amount of work and what they need to do and things like that. I just don't get that. So I just wanted to come here and say, you know, just make sure that this is something you want to do. This is something you're ready for, because regardless, once you enter into that program, if you drop out or if you don't put your all or put a lot of effort into it, you still have to pay that money back regardless. And it's not cheap. Back when I went to MA school, it was not that expensive like it is now. Now it's like 20 grand to go to MA school, and it's worth it if you put forth the effort. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I've said before, a lot of medical assistants complain because the amount of money that they initially start off making is not the best. I mean, it's better than working at, you know, like McDonald's or something like that, maybe. I mean, depends on what city you live in. Some of those places pay really good. So let me, you know, not speak too quickly on that. But it's better than making minimum wage, because I don't want to say fast food minimum, you know what I mean? Because I know some fast food places start you off at $15. So let me backtrack on that and rephrase that. But it's better working somewhere making minimum wage, okay? So, and then you're working towards something. You can elevate with this career. You can climb the ladder. You can there's more opportunities. So even though you may not start out making top dollar, you will get there. If you put the time and effort into it, you will get there and where you need to be sooner than later. You know what I mean? It really doesn't take that much time, you know, especially if you're doing what it is that you need to do. But, you know, just try to be focused. I know that it's hard being an adult, going to any type of college or trade school or program or anything like that. It's hard because most of us already have jobs, we have families, we're married, just different things like that. But you've made a commitment for a reason. So, you know, just stroke it out and do the best that you can. And not only that, a lot of places, when you're fresh out of school, before they hire you, they will contact the school to see what your attendance were, what your character was, what your grades were. So if they don't have medical background history for them to look into as a reference, they will call the school, or they will recommend and use the school as obviously they're going to see where you graduated from, and they will ask those questions, and that can actually hinder you from getting a job if your attendance score is really low, if you're barely passing. I have some students that are happy with doing the bare minimum and barely passing with a D. Like, they're happy with that, they're content with that, they're okay with that. And that's not the way to go, because you're not learning as much as you need to, and you're hurting yourself in the long run. So just make sure, you know, and you have to think about the most medical assistance program, whether you go to the program that I am at, which is Ross, or whether it's Career Quest or Everest. There's a lot of different programs. A lot of community colleges offer this program. But no matter where you're at doing this program, it's usually no more than a year. And most of them are less than a year. Sorry, guys. It is an accelerated program. So you have to think that's not that long. It sounds that long initially when you start, but as time goes, everything is so quick and done in such a fast pace, of such a fast manner, that it's going to go by really quick. You know, a lot of my students that are really dedicated, they're like, wow, I can't believe I'm graduating. Like, I can't believe I'm done. You know, of course, they're nervous to get out there in the field, go on their extern, but this is what they prepared for. Like, if you get out there and you're not prepared, trust me, it's going to be an embarrassment to yourself to get out there and not know anything. And then most likely you're not going to get hired by your extern site. And that is the goal, to get a job, you know, and be productive as a medical assistant. Like, it's really important to know your medical terminology. I have a lot of medical students that medical assistant students that complain about, why is the language so different? Why can't we just use layman terms? Why do we have to use abbreviations and medical terminology? Because that is the world of the medical field. Like, if you chose to be in this field, then you have to act accordingly. You have to, you know, speak a certain language. And literally, the medical field has a language of its own. You don't want to have a report come through or a doctor speaking to you in a certain way and you have no clue what they're talking about. I mean, a lot of things you can look up and Google, but being a medical assistant is a fast-paced job, and usually you don't have a lot of time for that, especially if you need to look up everything. You don't know any medical terminology, and mostly everything that somebody says to you, you have no clue what they're talking about. And then it leaves less room for error when you know your medical language. It's so important to know that medical language. And to know medical terminology. I know in this field, everything is a learning process. Everything is a learning curve. So you're not going to learn everything that you need to know in school, but you're going to learn a good amount. And of course, whatever facility or organization you end up working with, they're going to understand that you're fresh and new out of school. But however, they still expect you to have a certain level of knowledge. And you're going to be working around professionals, doctors, nurses, other seasoned, you know, experienced medical assistants, and medical billers and coders, nurse practitioners, PAs, things like that. And you don't want to get out there and, you know, just be like a deer in headlights and totally lost and oblivious to what everybody's talking about. They don't expect you to know things. Even doctors that I've worked with before, or resident doctors that I've worked with, once they get into office, you know, they say certain things like, oh, you know, I didn't know this. They didn't teach us this in medical school, but they still have some type of knowledge of what's going on and how our office operates and things like that. They're not totally 100% lost. You know, like I said, everything is a learning curve. You're going to learn a lot once you're out in the field over the years and as you gain more experience, but just being on top of it while you're in school is just going to give you a step above the rest, you know, and it's just going to make you a better candidate, because you got to think that medical assistants come a dime a dozen. There are so many people going to medical MA school, so you're easily replaceable. So just always remember that. So just having that extra and giving that extra, that's just going to put you a step above the rest, you know, putting in that extra effort, that extra energy. Even once you get hired on, you need to be putting in that extra energy, the energy that you carry over from school. If you're a lazy student that always complains, that's going to how it's going to be when you get into the medical field. When you get into an office, that same energy is going to carry over. And when you're in medical assistant school, what we're doing is we're preparing you to become a medical professional. We're preparing you how to work in this type of environment. And if you are not taking advantage of that in school, then, like I said, those same bad qualities you might not think they're going to carry over, but trust me, those same bad qualities are going to carry over. So why not get a hold on it before you even enter into the field professionally, and you know, get things under control there. So once you get into it's a smooth transition. So just make sure that you're focused and you're ready. This is something that you want to do. This is something you're going to be committed to doing, because if you don't put the effort into it, it's just not going to be lucrative for you. It's not going to be advantageous. It's not going to be beneficial to you to get into one of these programs and, you know, just not succeed or barely succeed, you know. So I just wanted to come and stop by and say that and leave this little quick video for you guys. I know it's been a while since I uploaded, but I'm going to be uploading more. I know I say that all the time, and I know you guys really like my medical assistant videos, so I'm really trying to do more of these and push more of these out for you guys. So I will be doing another MA video, so just stay tuned. Be patient. You know, I'm so busy just working and just doing other things that I have going for myself. I am going to do a like an entrepreneur's like CPR video for you guys that will be coming soon. I know I've mentioned this journey before of me starting my own business, which is going well and according to plan. It's been a little delayed because of COVID, but you know, it's moving slow, but I'm being patient, and you know, it's happening. So I will be coming to you guys with that, a little more information on that as I progress and things evolve with me and that. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for the support. Bye, loves. Deuces. As usual, thank you. I appreciate you guys for stopping by my channel. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at Inspirations by Latia. I hope this video was informative for my future medical assistants. I hope you guys can utilize some of these tips. Make sure you go and check out some of my other medical assisting videos. Stay tuned for more. Bye, loves. Deuces.